Auckland.
100.6 FM.
RadioLive. Contact the long lunch. Call 0800 844 747. 0800 This Is Live.
Wake up. Wake up, everyone. Wake up. Don't go to sleep. It's Wendyl Nissen here on The Long Lunch on Radio Live. This is an example of the kind of music that is played on an internet radio station called Sleep Radio. The founder and manager, John Watson, joins me now. Good afternoon, John.
Good afternoon, Wendyl. How's your day going?
Very well. Listen, I popped into your radio station this morning and played some of it, and it really started relaxing me a lot. Tell me why you did this radio station. Tell me where the idea came from.
Well, it all started in 2012 when I was feeling rather strange at work, unable to concentrate, started doing weird things, and felt as though I was down a deep, dark well. And it wasn't until I went to the doctors that I was diagnosed with depression. And she told me all about depression and what it was. I mean, I had no clue. And unfortunately, a big side effect of depression is insomnia, or some people call it sleeplessness. And because I hadn't been able to figure out why I hadn't been able to sleep for ages, like months and months. And of course, it was having an effect on my concentration levels at work. And I couldn't figure out why. I just felt awful all the time. And of course, that's what sleep deprivation does to you. And so the counsellor who I went and saw recommended that I start listening to CDs of relaxation music. Within a couple of weeks, I got very, very sick of the same CDs playing all the time. And so I started looking at internet radio stations and what they could provide, but there was just one big problem in that most of them played advertisements, like you're lying there and you're just about to go off to sleep, and then all of a sudden comes, as I call it, the Harvey Norman yelling man. And, or in comes a news item or station ID, and it immediately jolted me awake. And then I thought, I'm going to research this and see what I could actually do about it. And initially it was for my own benefit. And then I thought, I wonder how many other people around the world I could actually help with this. I initially thought about having a radio station that broadcasted over the airwaves, but with all the licensing issues and, of course, the minimal coverage that I would receive, I thought, no, I'll broadcast it over the internet, and that's how it all came about.
So you started up sleepradio.co.nz, and it's free, so anyone can log in and play. And so where do you get all the music from? How do you source that?
When I started, it was actually very hard to get music, and I shouldn't say this, but I was flogging music off the net, but that only occurred for a couple of weeks. I actually started getting contacted by ambient music artists around the world because it's not a very well-known genre. You won't normally walk into your local record shop and buy some ambient relaxation music. It's not a big seller. No. And so a lot of artists around the world used the station to get publicity because, of course, because it's an online radio station, people can actually see the track that's playing, click on it, and it takes them into iTunes where they can actually purchase the music and download it. And so the artists were just about falling over themselves to send us music. And we've never had to worry about sourcing music since.
Tell me what kind of reaction you've had from people around the world. I know there were about 300 listening when I was popping in this morning. So what kind of reaction have you had from people? Oh,
it's been incredible, actually. Made my head swell to enormous sizes, I think. I get really good emails from people almost every day. There was one woman who contacted me some time back and said that she had a newborn at home. It was 3 weeks old, and she'd done the three things that you typically do with babies: burp, feed, or change the nappy. And none of them had worked, and they tried, cuddling the baby, and none of that had worked. And so she downloaded our app onto her smartphone and just sat it beside the baby's ear, and she said that within minutes the baby was asleep, and she slept for about 7 hours. So she was thrilled to bits. And those are the sorts of good luck, good news stories that we hear.
And I have to ask, John, has your depression got better? Are you okay?
I'm much better now, thank you. I've got a really good counsellor. I take some really good drugs. That's drugs diagnosed by my doctor, I can tell you. And of course, I actually listen to my own station at night. I'd curl up in bed and put my head on the pillow and put an earbud in one ear and off I go.
Well, John, we've just had a text in from Justin. He says, sleep radio saved my life. I listen to it every night and it has really helped me a lot, especially the following day. Thank you so much for creating it. So there you go. Well,
that's terrific. I mean, the best good news story is a guy in South Africa who told us that he'd been addicted to sleeping pills for a year and that listening to the station had helped him get off the sleeping pills and actually start getting to sleep the right way.
Well, John, I'm going to try this tonight, okay? I'm definitely going to do it. I don't know how my husband's going to go with it, but I'll put the earphones on if I have to. But thank you so much for joining me, and good on you. What a great idea.
You're welcome. Thanks.
That's John Watson there, the founder and manager of Sleep Radio. You can have a look at it, sleepradio.co.nz. It really, seriously, that ambient music, it's the kind of stuff when you go and have a massage or something and they're playing it in the background. It really, I don't know, gets in there. Right, if you could wake up now, please, that would be good. I'd like to have you back after News Sport. Well, you could listen to News Sport and Weather too, if you wouldn't mind.